QDL, your weekly look at who and what is making the news in the world of quality. I'm Mike Richmond, publisher of Quality Digest.
That you are, and I'm Quality Digest editor-in-chief, Dirk Ducharme. As Mike said, we are, right now we're outside of this beautiful locale. We're in Snowbird, Utah. It's a ski resort, but obviously we're here during the summer. It's an amazing place, probably one of the most amazing venues CMSC has had for a
right
show.
Up there. Yeah,
oh man, it's really, really cool. But aside from that, great show. As usual, a lot of great papers, of wide variety of topics on large volume 3D measurement, and as well as the exhibit hall and a lot of great equipment in there.
The exhibit hall is really great this year. I mean, as you say, a lot of great equipment, a lot of great new equipment, and the measurement and education zones this year have a lot of really interesting stuff going on. Some of the stuff they're doing they've done before, like the Jeopardy game and the various contests and competitions, all the stuff is really cool. Well, actually, earlier today, I walked through the measurement zone and the education zone, and I talked with Jerome Alexander Lavoie of Creaform, and I also talked with Matt Ilardo of Brookhaven National Lab, as well as the CMSC. So let's take a quick look at that clip. Hey there, we're here at the measurement zone at the CMSC with Jerome Alexander Lavoie of Creaform, and we're going to be talking a little bit about what Creaform is doing here in the measurement zone, as well as some interesting stuff that they're doing here at the show. So first of all, let me ask you, how did you guys get involved in the measurement zone? You're the sponsor this year, so how did you guys get involved with that?
Well, it started actually 2 years ago. We got the opportunity to become the sponsorship for the educational zone first, and it was a 2-year contract. So first year was the educational zone, and then second year was the measurement zone. And we just thought it was a good idea in terms of, get the Creaform brand recognized across the industry. CMSC show is not a normal show. It's not a show where you're going to get a lot of leads, but this is a nice way to put your brand out there and show everybody that you are a serious player in the industry. So that's why we wanted to start and go ahead with that sponsorship.
Yeah, it's a nice collegial show. Well, you guys are doing 3 separate stations here in the measurement zone. So let's show us a little bit about what you're doing here.
Okay, so right now we're actually in zone 2. This is where the competition happens. This is where people can get hands-on on what we have is a photogrammetric system and a laser tracker. Now, not everybody, it depends who you work or where you work. Not everybody knows both technology. Most people in the industry knows a lot about laser tracker, but when it comes to large-scale metrology, photogrammetry is also a good option or a good alternative to that type of technology. So what we wanted to show here is not necessarily that one is better than the other. We wanted more to have people, whether it's experienced people or very beginner people, to get their hands on those systems and do a real photogrammetric measurement of that part right there and a complete similar measurement with the laser tracker so they can experience the strength and weaknesses of both technology.
Yeah, so show us how it works.
Well, basically, we're going to do a shooting of this car right there, and what we're looking for is to measure those small SMR here that are equipped with retroreflective targets. So we put them on, and there's about eight, and there's a calibrated scale bar here. And what we're going to do, we're going to shoot everything, and that's going to give us 29 distances, if I'm correct. And then after that, we take them out, and we take either the T-probe or a standard 1.5-inch SMR, and we go ahead and measure all of those points again. And after that, we have 29 distances with the photogrammetric system, 29 distances with the laser tracker that we compare each other, and the winner of the competition will be the one who get the most closest result between the two technology. And actually, I think from the first day, the biggest differences that we had between both technology was average deviation of 34 microns. So it's really working right here, even if we're on the carpet floor, which is not necessarily ideal for a laser tracker, but people are careful, people are taking that seriously, and we have actually a very good correlation between those two technologies. So that's for zone 2. Now we have zone 1 and zone 3 over there. If you want, we can go.
Let's
okay.
We'll take a look at what else is going on here. So as we're going over to the second zone, maybe you can tell us a little bit about Creaform and its place in the market.
Well, for Creaform, see, all of our products are developed around three main ideas. Simplicity, portability is one thing that is really important for us. And of course, if you want to be involved in metrology, you have to be accurate. So accuracy is one of the main themes when we think of a new product. Now, our expertise, our main expertise is in the optical technology. Okay, we have strong expertise in that field, and we've been pushing optical technology towards metrology for a couple of years now. That type of technology, that optical portable CMM, is really designed to face the vibration challenge that you're going to face if you are going on a shop floor. So what we have here is a simple setup where, you know, it's moving, it's vibrating. This is a calibrated artifact that has a specified length, and even if it's moving like that, when we probe it, you can get an extremely high accuracy. Right now we're talking 44 microns in something that is much more vibrating than what you're going to experience on a shop floor. But it's just to showcase that you don't have to be afraid to lose accuracy when you go on the shop floor, thanks to the benefits of optical technology. That's everything that we wanted to participant understand with this simple setup. That's not more complicated than that. So if you want, we can go to the zone 3.
Well, let's go to zone 3. That's zone 2. So we'll take a look at zone 3 now, the third zone. So you can tell us a little bit about what's going on here.
So, okay, third zone is more like a hands-on session with 3D scanners only. So people can come in here, and if they don't have any experience with a 3D scanner, we have 3 different equipment right now. We have a Faro equipped with a laser scanner, we have our Creaform Mitra scan, and we have a hexagon system, the Prime scan. And really it's up to the participant to pick up either a ski boot that we rented here, or a helmet, or a snowboard, and they can just benchmark each technology to whatever those parts and see how those technology perform on those type of parts. We have parts that are more shiny, parts that are dark and with a different finish on it. So it's really interesting because when it comes to choosing a laser scanner, there's always a couple of questions you need to ask yourself. Shininess of the part is one thing. Color is not that much. Sometimes it is, sometimes it's not, depending on the technology. Also, we have laser scanner and we have structured light system. So those two technologies, they do not perform the same way on different type of parts. Some of them have more resolution, which doesn't necessarily mean more accuracy, but some others will scan faster, for example. So it's really interesting for the participant to just pick a part. It's not fake, it's real scanning, it's not a demo setup. So pick a part, set it up, and it will help you to scan it, and you'll see by yourself what type of scanner is better for that specific part. So that's the mindset here, educational kind of thing, mindset. So that's what we're doing here.
And are people bringing you specific applications, asking you about how this would be used in aerospace, let's say, or automotive, or whatever it may be?
That's one thing about CMSC trade show. It's a lot of people here are actually very, very interested to know more about the technology. When they come to us, when they come into the different booths, they have most of the time very specific question about their application. I'm doing a large part. I'm doing a part that goes from here to the other side of the measurement zone. For example, what's better? Should I use photogrammetry? Should I use laser tracker? I'm trying to scan very shiny part. Or how does a laser scanning system perform outside? Stuff like that. Those are the kind of questions we had yesterday, and I'm sure we're going to continue to have a lot of questions. But people are focused, people are looking for solution, and that's not, I'm not saying that other trade shows are not like that, but other trade show with more people, you're going to find yourself with people looking, but just for looking. Here, I feel that people are more looking for a specific solution for their application, and they have real questions that it's very fun to answer. Actually, it's very fun to have those discussions and spend more time. Like I said, it's not a normal trade show. You can spend more time discussing the application of the customer and get actually go deeper and know more about their applications.
Well, that's a great testimonial for CMSC. Jerome Alexander Lavoie, thank you again for joining us of Creaform.
Thank you very much.
We'll see you later. Thank you.
Okay.
All right, so now we're going to go over to the other side of the measurement zone, and we're going to talk to Matt Alardo about what they're doing over here on the flip side of the show. So let's take a look at this now. Matt Alardo.
How you doing?
How are you? Good to see you. So now you're with Brookhaven National Lab, and you're also on the executive committee of the CMSC, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Now you spend most of your time at the shows here in the measurement zone, correct?
Yes, directing people through the measurement zone, through the education zone, trying to explain to them what we're trying to accomplish with both zones, as well as going over the schedule for our Measurement Jeopardy, our Ask the Experts panel, and right now we're actually doing a laser scanning feedback session for our next level of certification.
So now this is actually, where we are right now is actually the education zone, correct?
Correct. Okay. Yeah, we're at the opening for the education zone.
All right, so now you're going to look at some tablets that have some information on them, correct?
Yes. We are currently running tablets with the NPL e-learning program. They're all logged in for the conference. Anyone could come down, have a seat, or go on the outside and go through all the different training sessions that NPL offers on their website. So they get a preview and a free preview to go on NPL's web to do their web-based training, their e-learning courses.
And what does that teach them? I saw dimensional metrology, fundamental metrology.
It's got all the different areas of metrology that they cover. So it's got the fundamental metrology, it's got dimensional, it has information about the certification, it goes through GD&T as well on here. So it's their extensive library of training that they offer, we offer here in the education zone for people to go through and get kind of like a preview and go through all the courses.
And the certification that you mentioned is important because that really was the driver of this entire thing, was the certification push, the certification program that CMSC offers. So can you tell us a little bit about what that's all about?
Sure, yes. So as of right now, we have a level 1, which is a web-based training, not web-based training, but a web-based course. Multiple questions for your level 1 certification. That's a general knowledge. Then we go into level 2. Level 2 is more practical. It's hands-on. So right now we have a level 2 PCMM arm and a level 2 tracker. Those are hands-on. It's a half-day class, half-day session where you're using the equipment, taking measurements, coming up with your values, and you're graded on how you use the equipment, the answers you're getting, how you approach the part, all that encompassed. So those are competency-based exams. So for right now, all we have are those 2 as a level 2. We are working on, like I said before, a level 2 for scanning. That's what we're having the feedback session here for.
And then that's valuable, obviously, to users. It's valuable to people in industry as well. I mean, the vendors and the manufacturers, because they want to make sure their people are certified and can do this work, correct?
Yes, it gives a validity to the user that he knows what he's doing, that he could pick up that piece of equipment, he can operate it without people questioning him. You know, so it's not a license, but it's a certification that he knows what he's doing as far as general knowledge for level 1 and competency based on the specific pieces of equipment.
And that's what this is all about, really, to get feedback and to help people train and learn about what they're doing. The Jeopardy game, of course, is a lot of fun. We just saw in Creaform is doing the contest, the competition over there. It all comes together, really.
Yes, the whole CMSC in general is based on training, education, you know, bringing everyone in to just give feedback to each other on what they've been doing, how they're doing it, different ways, and to educate. So that's why this kind of ties everything together with educating as far as between certification, just little seminars, little training classes that we're offering this year, the Measurement Jeopardy, which has to do with the certification, our Ask the Expert panel, where we had the audience ask a group of experts in their field questions, stuff that they want to learn and questions that they've had that they haven't had the opportunity to ask before.
Well, it looks like you're getting ready to start a session here, so I'm going to let you go. Matt Alardo of Brookhaven as well as CMSC. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you.